Hello, welcome everyone to day 8 of the Priestess Novena. Yes, we are almost at the end. Tomorrow, oh my gosh, doesn't it feel amazing? It feels both long to me. It's like we've been doing this for 9 years, and it also kind of feels like the blink of an eye. So whether you have been traveling through this journey with me since day 1, or if you're just joining us today, or maybe you've done some of the days and not all of the days, you are welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And my name is Lisa Espinosa. If this is your first time connecting with me, I am a spiritual career coach and modern day priestess. And this practice of the novena is from my forthcoming book, Birthing the Priestess Within. And it is a 9-day journey to clear, like the invocation says, 9 days to clear lifetimes of fear. Right? So 9 days to clear, 9 days to remember the truth of your divinity. The theme of this novena, because I've done several, which you can find all of them on my YouTube channel and on my website if you feel guided to do those at your own time. The theme of this one was embodying divine leadership by healing your inner teen, right? So that is a powerful, thank you, Deborah, good morning to you. That's a powerful combination, right? It's that you've been here committing, you're part of this novena to embody divine leadership, not just to think about it, not just to ponder it, not just to reflect, but to embody. That's different. That embodying requires action, requires being seen and heard. So this isn't about just consuming. I know on the spiritual path, it is so easy to stay stuck in this phase of just learning more, learning, like we're just consuming. And there's phases and cycles of that. However, when our parts, and often those are the inner child parts, specifically our teenagers, when they are fearful of our leadership because they're scared that you're going to be hurt, humiliated, abandoned, judged, all those things, right, that teenagers are scared of, worried about, then consuming spiritual teachings can be very tempting, can feel very like, oh, this is good, I'm learning, I'm getting more trainings, I'm doing, but then they don't ever lead to you taking the action to you share your medicine. So that's not what I'm interested in. That's not what I'm creating here. Woven specifically into the Priestess Novena, not just this one, but all of the ones that I lead, is that this is to empower you to fulfill your divine mission. And so it's a courageous journey. And so you are to really be so proud of yourself for being here, whether you were here every day or some of it, whatever you were able to do. And so today, the Mother Mary card, and I want to say also, like, first day of October, awesome, right? Like, that's my favorite month, not just because it's my birthday month, because honestly, I didn't enjoy my birthday till an adult. That's so interesting. I know for a lot of people it's reversed, but for me, it wasn't until I was an adult that I really embraced my birthday and celebrating it. But even before then, I just love October. I love the moons. I love just everything about it. I love Samhain. I love that the Day of the Dead comes at the end of it. It's just one of my favorite times of the year. So I just want to welcome us all to October. And Deborah saying the comfort it brings can be seductive, right? Yes, absolutely. We can get addicted to consuming spirituality. And I know when I first left my job as a 7th grade teacher, I was just consuming it all. And that was okay for some time. And then I was realizing, first of all, the seduction that you're talking about, Deborah, but it also does something else that's really, we really need to be mindful of. It keeps us feeling like we're always needing to learn more. like we're not ready, right? It's very clever of the ego that doesn't want you to embody your divinity, right? That it's like, oh, I can learn this now. This is going to make me a better therapist, healer, coach, whatever. And it always feels like we are not there. Now, on the one hand, of course, we're always lifelong learners, but I keep saying this over and over. We don't have the luxury anymore of just kind of sitting around waiting for the time when we feel ready. The time is now. Look at the world. Look at all of the, and I don't like to go into details about everything that's unfolding in the world because and there's lots of spaces for that. However, we're also not in a bubble, right? We're not here to escape the world. We're here to birth the new world. And that only happens through courage, through being seen, through embodying your divine leadership, which you can only do with integrity when you do the inner healing work. Which brings us to the Mother Mary card that was for today. Look at her. Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries. So look at her beautiful face. Okay, Our Lady of the Dark Mysteries. Feels so perfect that on the first day of October, this card comes up. So, there's so much, but I'm going to read just this little section. This card comes to you with guidance to be honest with your suffering and know that you are not alone in it. And through this, she invites you to open to her ecstatic bliss, to the divine presence in the everyday. This card confirms her presence is reaching out to you through any challenge that you are experiencing or have experienced but need to make peace with, instead of holding guilt or shame about those challenges. Now is your time. Pray to her to help you trust in her wisdom and receive her blessings with a courageous heart, and your life will be transformed through her grace. There is nothing that she cannot do for you who are devoted to her. So how perfect is that, right? She is, talk about embodying divine leadership, right? And I would call it divine feminine leadership. She is saying, be honest, be sober, be lucid, be clear on what's causing you pain. She's not like, oh, everything's fine, don't look at that, let's just focus on the positive. She is, be honest and be willing for it to be healed. Bear sacred witness to it. Don't hold it in shame. Don't exile it. Don't project it, which is what we do, right? When we don't look at our pain with love and compassion, particularly those inner child wounds, what do? We exile, and we also project it out into the world, right? The world is a projection of our thoughts. So Mother Mary, the Blessed Mother, and again, this is whatever your relationship with Mother Mary is, whether you're devoted to her and you feel so connected to her, or you're like, Mother Mary, ew, religion, that kind of triggers me. Please know that this is, whenever I invoke her and I connect with her, is Mother Mary as this beautiful priestess mentor for us in divine leadership. So here she is saying, bear sacred witness to any suffering that is within you, and then be willing to release it with my help, with my grace. So I love that she showed up. And then we have had these two pairs, this novena, very important. So Isis again, magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming a reality. Stay focused. And one thing I've realized, having done several of these novenas, is that day 8, right, the number 8, infinity symbol, 8 represents abundance. That day 8, by the time you get to day 8, or if you're in day 8, there's a big activation on abundance, clearing those wounds that make you feel limited in any way, or where you have kind of baggage, right? Any burdens around being abundant. And we all have those. And for you, maybe it's not around money. Maybe you feel like super comfortable with money and that's not a thing for you. Maybe for you, it's something else. It's health. It's positive relationships. It's time. It's feeling like you have an abundance of time, right? So today on day 8, there's an activation to heal another layer of that scarcity mindset, right? And then we have beautiful Kuan Yin, who has been with us, who's such a inner child healer, right? Inner child advocate. So I love the Kuan Yin and Isis, and then this, Mother Mary, right, with the dark mysteries. Like, what a trio, right? They're all here with us. And so Kuan Yin, it says, the goddess of compassion, I recognize suffering in order to release it. Like, that is so like what Mother Mary just said, right? I recognize suffering in order to release it. I don't hide from the suffering. I don't judge the suffering. I also don't indulge in it, right? I don't like, because that's the other thing we can do. We can be like, this is my suffering. No one has suffered like me. I am special. I have this suffering and I just have to be in it, right? We can do that as well. So it's really important to as Kuan Yin says, I recognize it, I bear sacred witness, and then I can release it. Kuan Yin card is from the Divine Feminine Oracle. I don't have it in front of me, but it's the one by Megan Watterson. So let me see if there's anything else. Yes. Thank you for that, Deborah. Yes, we can get stuck in guilt for the pain, which is why, good morning, Michelle, why Mother Mary said, bear sacred witness to it instead of holding it as guilt or shame. Holding it, organized religion has made us believe that holding it as guilt is like we're supposed to do that. Like, that's punishment. That keeps us from doing other bad things. I mean, it's so twisted. I won't even go into the whole thing, but understand that actually when we're in that vibration of guilt, it is really impossible to step into your divine feminine leadership with integrity and power, right? To really embrace your power. So yes, Jill, thank you that you've been here all 8 days. Awesome. And I was just saying how the number 8, right? The day 8 of the novena, and this is good because I'm going to add this to my book when I talk about the novena. Day 8 is 8, infinity, abundance. So there is an activation of abundance. And I want you to, so let's go ahead and welcome your teenager for today. My 16-year-old has been with me the whole novena. She's the one that's been with me. So just get curious. Welcome your inner teenager. Specifically one that holds a wound around abundance. Remember, there's all sorts of forms of abundance. It could be financial, and it could be other things. Feeling supported, feeling loved, feeling spaciousness of time, feeling healthy, feeling abundant beauty around her or him or they. Welcome, Jessica. So welcome this inner teenager that is holding some wounds where life felt unfair or life felt limited. There was something that she felt she needed and she couldn't receive. And as you invite this inner teenager to come forward, we know that this is a sacred ceremonial space where all-knowing exists, where instantaneous miracles can happen. Thank you, Sharon. And our logical mind cannot comprehend that, and that is okay. So we're not even going to try. So in this temple space that we've created together, you welcome this teenager who's has these outdated beliefs, this wounding based on things that happened to her or him or they that were painful. So we're not sugarcoating it, right? We're not telling our teenager that she's wrong for feeling this. At the same time, we're also letting her know that we are now at a different moment in life, that you love her and you are here to take care of her, that she is not alone. And furthermore, that there are these beautiful divine beings, guardian angels, archangels. There's Mother Mary, there's Kuan Yin, there's Isis, who, by the way, they're reminding me, you know, they were teenagers. I mean, think about when Mother Mary had her child, Kuan Yin, when she went through that extreme trauma that was part of her initiation. You know, Isis as a teenager was already so, you know, had gone through so much of her priestess training. They understand the teenage years. And it's interesting because as I'm thinking of all three of them, they represent different aspects of the teenage experience. Both Mother Mary and Isis as teenagers were already exceptionally trained in their oracular and intuitive gifts. Kuan Yin, her journey was different. She experienced a lot of trauma, and it was dwelling in the forest of her grief, in the going to those depths of shame that she experienced as she was healing from that trauma, and then rising up like the phoenix that she was to take on the mantle of her divine mission. You know, doing that really created that embodiment of compassion. So, you know, Isis, Mother Mary, and Kuan Yin, they understand the teenage years. They understand the challenges. So as you welcome your teenager, they are there folded, you know, kind of forming a triangle, a beautiful triangle of compassion and love and empowerment and sacred witnessing. And as you stand there in front of all of this beautiful scene before you, yesterday the prayer was for miracles, saying surrendering to the divine to gift you with the miracles that will serve you the best in this moment. And I heard the prayer for me that I've been practicing since yesterday is, you know, I'm ready to receive whatever miracles will serve the most people. And I know that that isn't like a martyr sort of prayer, like, oh, but, you know, forget about me, just bless everybody else. No, because I know in truth that as the miracles that I will receive will bless me first. I will be blessed, but I do have that prayer that the most people can be blessed through my blessing. And so we did that yesterday. And so today, as you stand there before your teenager with beautiful Mother Mary and Isis and Kuan Yin blessing her, helping her to release the past, to, you know what it is, it's better said, not release, it's disconnect, unfreeze herself. That's what they're saying. Bring her to this moment. This is done with the utmost respect and honor to her story, but we're also bringing her to this moment, October 1st, 2021, at the same time knowing we are in the 7th plane right now, so we're also outside of time, but we're just making sure she's not stuck in the past. She's in the present moment. She's receiving these blessings and activations. And the infinity symbol appears before you, and this is so interesting. So I see your teenager in front, one of the loops. So the infinity symbol is vertical right now, and she's sitting on that loop in front of you, or standing, whatever she wants to do. Yeah, mine is standing, and then the, you know, Isis, Mother Mary, Isis, and Kuan Yin form a triangle around her, and you're sitting or standing maybe on the other loop, and the center of infinity is right there between you and your inner teenager. And so what I'm seeing, this activation of abundance, then through the center point, all of these flowers just start to burst forth. I've never seen this. So all of these flowers and plants and vines, there's so much abundance. So all of these flowers. And so when we sit in these 9 minutes, as your teenager's getting activated and blessed and healed across all space and time, across all dimensions of time. That's okay, that's their okay, they're explained it now. So this is high level activation right now. Don't even try to logically understand it, but I'm going to explain it as best I can with words. As she sits on that infinity loop, and there's all of this healing, multidimensional healing happening, what is happening is that it's clearing, right? It's clearing all of that scarcity mindset, right? All of the limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs that have affected your life until now, that have limited your abundance. So as that happens and you're sitting in the other loop, what's happening in that infinity point, the center point, all those flowers and abundance, it's like a reset. It's all of the abundance. This is like a quantum healing, all of the abundance. So when we sit for those 9 minutes, allow whatever needs to unfold. There might be movement. You know, at some point you might be guided to move from your loop. I'm not even going to try to control it. You trust whatever comes up for you. So let's go ahead and do our invocation. So you have your candle. I have my little candle because my other candle, I know you can't tell, but it is lit. My other Guadalupe candle, the wax all melted. So let's say this together. And this was on my newsletter. This was, I've been sending that. So, as this candle burns, my soul within me burns. As this wax melts, resistance in me melts. 9 days to clear lifetimes of fear. As I give, I receive. As I heal, I am healed. Doors open, I walk through. I am ready for the new. Abundance comes with ease and grace, for I have finally found my place. Okay, so I'm leaving this down here, putting this in here, and I'm going to set or start the timer because it's already set. And then we will begin. I will see you on the other side, everyone. Okay, let's start. some nice cleansing breaths. If there's anything you want to write down in your journal, go ahead and do that. I'm going to drink a little water. This water is blessed by Kuan Yin, by the way. Kuan Yin is a master at blessing water, and she teaches us that we can do that too. So, day 8. Again, congratulations on this. My plan for tomorrow is that it will be at 8:30. Greg and I are driving to Champaign, which is like 2.5 hours away from Chicago. Our sons are there at U of I. And so we're going to go visit them and spend the day there. I'm super excited about that. But I was thinking that I would have to do it at a different time. But as of now, that would still give me time to be done and then get on the road. So 8:30, but I will send, the newsletter tomorrow morning to confirm. But that's the plan. 8:30 tomorrow for day 9. Yay, 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 yay. The end of the novena. Woohoo! Graduation. So let's go ahead and I'll just pull a card from the Star Temple Oracle, which we've been using this whole week. Oh, and I do want to say, I forgot to mention that I was wearing the green Tara mala beads, but when we were doing the 9 minutes, it was a lot unfolding. And at some point I was just guided to keep chanting Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha. So then I knew why I was dressed in shades of green and why I was wearing the green Tara mala beads. So I just share that with you in case that resonates with you. Okay, so let's see, what's the message? She has, I think this is the 3rd time we got this card. The aquamarine star, which I love aquamarine expression. I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. All right, look at that. Confidence and love. Because that is what happens, right? As we heal, as we release, as we bear sacred witness, all of that, what happens? We then express our intuition. We don't stay in consuming, let me learn more, let me learn more, let me learn more. But we actually start creating, speaking, embodying divine leadership, divine feminine leadership. So there we go. Again, I express my intuition with self-confidence and love. All right, thank you everyone. You're welcome, Jill. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for day 9, the end of this powerful novena we've been on together. Bye everyone. See ya. Jill, that makes sense. Thank you for sharing that. All right.